What's up, everybody? Peter Gilmore here on the Metal God 669 channel on this late Thursday night, June the 2nd, 2022, with some sad news to report. I'm not going to do my usual intro, but you already know what to do, so do it. So, I just want to come out and do a kind of a quickie video. I did a video I taped before, and I went over my time. I went 33 minutes, because I think my time limit is like 33 minutes on this fucking phone. But, so, and plus, and, thankfully, I went all over, because if I would have put that up, it would have been just bad. But, anyway, so, just take 2 of the video, or take 1, whatever. So, like I said, I got some sad news to report. This death happened yesterday, but I found out about it earlier today, but I didn't do a video earlier today because I had to work, because I have a life, unlike you people, and I had to do other things during the day. So, finally had some free time to kind of do this video, and I'm just kind of in shock today of who died. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to just briefly go over this. For those of you who know Brian Pillman Jr., we all know who he is. One half of the Varsity Blondes with Griff Garrison, and used to be Julia Hart, but now Julia Hart turned on him and joined up with the House of Black. But anyway, Brian Pillman Jr. went on Twitter this morning, I believe. Let me just check when I gotta check my my actual actually, yeah, it was today, this afternoon actually. I found this out. And Brian Pillman Jr. went on Instagram and Twitter to report the sad news, as the title below says, that his mother, Melanie Pillman, has passed away at the age of 56. She died yesterday due to past drug use and all that shit that she did way back in the day. All that came back to bite her, and she sadly passed away at a pretty young age of 56 years old. Her birthday was coming up in September, so she was 56 years old. So that was that. I will read Brian Pillman's tweet and his Instagram story as I get that. And the title of the article from Wrestling Inc. will be down there in the description box. So that's that. Alright, let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time. It's very sad. So I'm not showing a lot. I'm showing a little bit of emotion, but I'm not my happy, jovial self. That's why I didn't do the intro this time. Because I know people like, oh, you do the intro, you're just doing it for likes and views. No. I don't do death videos for likes and views. I don't do it. I mean, if I get 600 hits, 1,000 hits, at least people were watching, and they like what I had to say. That's all I do. That's all I do these videos for, just for, myself, and because it's a hobby and everything. YouTube's a hobby, But when I hear somebody die, I don't get all happy or anything. Like the whole Charlie Wolfkill thing. Everybody thinks I was happy Charlie Wolfkill died. No. And I did it just for views and subs. No. But it is what it is, and that's all I gotta say about that. Alright. So anyway, Melanie Pillman, the widow of WWF and WCW legend Brian Pillman Sr., passed away yesterday, June the 1st, at the age of 56, due to all the complications with all her drug use and all that stuff. That's that. Melanie's passing was first announced by her son, Brian Pillman Jr., on Instagram and Twitter. I'm going to read what Brian said on Instagram, noting that him and his mom and his sister were trying to mend the relationship with his mom, because she was starting to do a little bit better. She was starting to become sober and get off the drugs and off the booze and all that other good stuff. So they were trying to mend their relationship, because, after Brian died, she kind of went into a downward spiral, and as we saw on Dark Side of the Ring, she didn't look that great. I don't know if she was in a rehab facility or she was out of her house. I don't know where she was doing that taping, but anyway, she struggled with drugs and alcohol, which many people do, and ever since Brian died, she took to the bottle and took to the drugs, and she wasn't there for Brian Pillman Jr. and his sister, and just the whole family was just in shambles and everything, as we saw on Dark Side of the Ring, and that's it. Alright, sorry, I got allergies, so bear with me on that. Anyway, alright, let's read this Instagram post from Brian Pillman Jr. He says, yesterday at approximately 1 p.m., my mother, Melanie Pillman, was pronounced dead. He says, those of you who know our family story understand that I didn't have the best relationship with my mother, though my sister and I recently been in touch with her, working to improve that relationship. While I didn't spend too much time with her, she would always tune in to watch my Twitch streams and interact with the fans, sometimes sharing old stories about my dad and the wrestling business. She had been helping out my sister with her son Asher by purchasing him some baby clothes, and we were on relatively good terms with everyone as of late, so that was pretty damn good. Her death, while unexpected, was not surprising. Her lifestyle choices that dominated the better part of the last 25 years, basically since Brian Pillman died 25 years ago, I should say, of her life had ultimately caught up with her. She was as intelligent as she was beautiful, and her dark sense of humor could make even the biggest prude burst out in laughter. Goes on to say, although I had built up resentment towards her, I was very proud of her for taking part in the Dark Side of the Ring documentary and sharing the truth about our family story. That was the beginning of us mending our relationship. I do have regrets. I regret not giving her the time of day when she was trying so hard to be in our lives again. He regrets not texting her back, even though he had the time to. He had a lot of time. I regret not trying harder to break her or her bad habits and help her get the help she needed. Trying to get her into rehab and trying to get her sober, which she's starting to get sober. So, but, you can be sober and the next thing you know, you relapse and like, don't drink, stuff like that. You're back on the pill, back on the booze, you're back on the pills, and the next thing you know, done. Then you get really violent, and then, people try to help you, you didn't want to get the help, and then they force you to go to fucking rehab. But that's a sad story for Melanie Pillman. 25 years of drugs and alcohol finally caught up to her. And that's it. So Brian continues on Instagram. He says, a couple weeks ago, she had been tuning into my Twitch stream when she told me in chat that she was coming over to Linda's house to drop off some trading cards. I didn't see the post in the chat. I was kind of annoyed at her for showing up unannounced, but I met her outside, accepted the gift, and gave her a hug, and she went on her merry way. I truly regret not sitting down with her for a little bit to grab some lunch. I regret being upset with her simply because she wanted to see her son. She actually looked really healthy and sober. That was the last time I saw her. He says, thank you, Mom, for bringing me into this world and for trying your absolute best. You're my #1 fan in wrestling and on Twitch. Rest in peace. I love you. Well, he said the last part on Twitter. That was pretty much it for that. For those who don't know who Melanie is, Melanie and Brian Pillman Sr. were married from 93 until his passing in 1997. And we all remember the night after he died on Monday Night Raw. He died, he was supposed to have a match, I forget with who. I think it was at In Your House pay-per-view. I forgot what pay-per-view it was at, but he was supposed to be there, and then I think I forget who it was. I think it was Vince McMahon or somebody. I think it was JR said that Brian Pillman is not here tonight. We had the sad news report that Brian Pillman died, something like that. And then the next night on Raw, Vince McMahon had a sit-down interview with Melanie Pillman, and she was like devastated. I mean, you see that interview, she was like devastated. I mean, anybody would be losing their husband and their father of the kids and everything. But, it's just sad that, that happened. And she was involved in probably, she was involved in one of the scariest moments in Raw history, and that was the night that Stone Cold Steve Austin broke into their house in Cincinnati, and Brian Pillman had a Brian Pillman 316 legit gun, and was ready to shoot and possibly kill Stone Cold Steve Austin because they were feuding around that time, which wasn't even a great feud except for that segment. But, that was, seeing that for the first time in I think it was 96 or early 97 on Raw, I'm like, is this real? Like, what's going on? I thought it was part of the storyline, but it was actually real. It was real to me, damn it! It was freaking real, and scared the living crap out of me. I was like, holy shit, somebody almost died on fucking Raw tonight. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, freaking guy had a gun. What do you mean, in the ring? I'm like, no. They did a segment from this guy's house. The guy broke in. He was like, I got Pillman 316, like about to shoot him right in the freaking head. Did he arrest him? I don't know about that, but I'm like, when I first saw it, I didn't know what a work was. This was real life shit. This was not a work at all. It was part of the storyline, but it's not a work. That segment was not a work. We don't know. Brian Pillman Jr. was the loose cannon back in the day. His promos were just like off the wall, and his whole personality was off the wall. You remember when he debuted in ECW? That whole thing where he was talking about smart Mark, and then how Eric Bischoff fired him and everything, and then he goes off of this big humongous rant, and he's about to pull out his wang and everything. And Todd Gordon and freaking Paul Heyman come out and say, oh, that wasn't the deal and everything. And then King Douglas had to come out, and then basically like he takes some fan who was a plant, but basically beats up this fan, and then everybody from the locker room comes out, and they security and some wrestlers took Brian Pillman out. We never saw Brian Pillman in ECW again. Actually, I think we saw him maybe a night or two, maybe a week or two after that. Then it was like done. But he didn't have a very good, a short-lived ECW career. But that segment was on ECW TV in Philadelphia. Was just, what the fuck's going on? This guy's cuckoo. That was the start of the loose cannon gimmick, which then led to the WWE, where he was doing pretty decently. But then, he rolled over his car and he fucked up his freaking leg. And that was basically it. He couldn't really wrestle that great. And then you had that match with Goldust, where he basically got his butt kicked. And then near the end of his career, he started that feud with Austin, and then that segment with the gun and everything. And then after that, he was dead. So just sad news report, Because Brian Pillman is a legend. I really think he was a great technical wrestler when it was Flying and Brian back in the late 80s, early 90s, part of WCW and everything. Not the American Wrestling. The Hollywood Blondes with, Stone Cold Steve Austin, former tag team champions. His epic matches with freaking Jushin Thunder Liger, it's just legendary. His promos, after the Flying Brian days, when he started as a loose cannon, his promos were just like off the wall, like real life shit, not a work or a schwork or anything like that, or shoot, whatever. He was just a great man and everything. Really should be in the Hall of Fame, but is he? No. Sadly, he is not. He should be, though. But maybe this will be the catalyst to tell Vince, hey, maybe you should put Brian Pillman Sr. in. But will Vince listen? Probably not. Because he doesn't listen to anybody but himself. Puts idiots like the Bella Sluts and Beth fucking Phoenix in the Hall of Fame. People that should not be in the Hall of Fame right now. That's why the WWE Hall of Fame is garbage. You want a real Hall of Fame? Go to Ring of Honor. Because Ring of Honor, when they had that inaugural class this year, they did it correctly. Punk, Briscoes, Homicide, a couple others. I think it was Bryan Danielson and Samoa Joe. That was a good class. And next year, I think they're going to do one next year. I would love to have AJ Styles, maybe Christopher Daniels, maybe the Bucks, Kevin Steen, Generico, Kerry Silken. Definitely got to put Kerry in. You can't put Kerry in. You can't have a Ring of Honor Hall of Fame without Kerry Silken or Gabe Sapolsky. I think I don't think it was this year, but you have to put Gabe Sapolsky. He was the original person who made Ring of Honor. He was the original booker and everything. And then Kerry Silken took over, and then that whole thing with Sinclair. Don't get me started with that. And now Tony Khan owns it. And that's pretty much it. Speaking of Ring of Honor, quick note: July 23rd, the next Ring of Honor pay-per-view will be happening. Death Before Dishonor. I don't know what number it's up to, but get another Death Before Dishonor, July 23rd in Lowell, Massachusetts. So there you go. Now I don't know how they're gonna build to that show. If they're gonna do it on AEW television, or maybe we'll get some house shows or TV tapings. Maybe, I don't know, between now and the next month or so. So I don't know how they're gonna build up to that. But I could probably tell you, we'll probably see Jay Lethal versus Joe for the Ring of Honor TV title. Gresham will probably defend the belt against I don't know who. And maybe FTR defends the Ring of Honor tag team belts. Maybe Mercedes Martinez defends the women's title. I don't know if they're going to bring back the 6-man titles or the TV. Well, they already have the TV title. What other title did I miss? Besides the 6-man titles, I think that's the only one that's left, really. But I think they got rid of it. I don't know if they got rid of it now that Tony Khan is a new version of Ring of Honor. I saw that there's a new logo there. Ugh. It's like a wannabe NXT logo. But I digress with that. But anyway, Ring of Honor, next pay-per-view, July 23rd. That's the day before Rose's birthday. So yeah. But, that's July 23rd in Lowell, Massachusetts. And, of course, I will be doing predictions, and I will be doing a review. Probably won't be doing a review until probably July 25th, because that's Rose's birthday weekend, and I won't be here. We'll be celebrating somewhere. We'll maybe go down to Atlantic City. We might go somewhere else. We might go upstate, we might go downstate, we might go overseas, who knows. But we will be away around that time where the Ring of Honor pay-per-view is. So, it is what it is. So the Prophecy World Tour is about to start pretty damn soon. Real soon. That's pretty much it. Anyway, so that's all I gotta say about that. So, once again, my thoughts and prayers go out to Brian Pillman Jr. and his family, the loss of his mother, his mom, Melanie Pillman, who died yesterday at the age of 56. So once again, as I always do on my videos, I'm going to take a celebratory toast to the life and memory of the late, great Melanie Pillman, who is now in heaven with her husband, Brian Pillman, probably just having fun in that wrestling ring of the sky. So, to Melanie, rest in peace, and here's to you. That's all I gotta say about that. Just sad. I'm just, in shock that I heard this news this morning. Really, this morning and early this afternoon with the update that Melanie Pillman passed away. I was like, wow. I was like, holy crap, she died. I was like, damn. So that's pretty much it. So let me know your thoughts down below. Your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section of the video. Let me know what you think about Melanie Pillman's passing. And that's all I gotta say about that. Subscribe to the channel, do whatever you want. But just, thank you all for watching. I'm gonna get out of here because I'm about to freaking lose it. So, thank you all for watching. Peter Gilmore signing out. Peace out. Rock on and rock hard. And Melanie Pillman, rest in peace. I'll see you guys later.